Hello guys, this is Lucas and Eddie here and welcome to the Lucas and Eddie channel. Today we're going to be doing matchday predictions for matchday 9. So these are my matchday 9 predictions and boy, it's going to be an exciting game week. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now actually before I do get into it, I did try to do a matchday 8 predictions, but for some reason the video didn't upload for some reason. So hopefully it uploads this week. And so hopefully it uploads this week. And I actually came prepared because usually what I do is I try to find a thumbnail for this video after I recorded the video. This time I didn't. I actually made the thumbnail before I recorded the video. So the thumbnail's ready to go. Everything's ready to go, hopefully. And so yeah, now I got my notes here as well on my phones. I have some notes from matchday 8 fixtures that happened. So go on my notes. Now let's start. Now let's go on with Leeds versus West Ham. Now this, if we look at the previous, both teams lost last week. So that's from the previous match day. So Leeds actually lost 2-0 to Burnley. Did not expect that. I know it was in Turf Moor. I knew it was going to be a game. But I was just expecting Leeds to get a draw in that game. And also West Ham lost 2-0 to Brentford. So both teams lost 2-0 last week. So they can high-five each other when they meet on Friday. I think they meet on. So it's going to be a crazy game. And we'll say it in a Scottish accent there. Who do I think will win? Both teams are looking a bit doubtful after last week's match, after last weekend's match day. Well, obviously, West Ham played on the Monday, some bloody Monday night football. I'm gonna sit on the limb here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 1-1 draw, because I can't back Leeds after losing 2-0 to Burnley away. I know it's at Turf Moor, but at the same time, I just can't see West Ham winning. I know they have Nuno Espirito Santos in their helm. They have the manager. He's the new manager, but honestly, a 2-0 loss to Brentford at home does raise some concerns. So we're all expecting the new manager bounce. So I don't know what to say about that. I think this is gonna be 1-1 draw. Next up, we got Chelsea versus Sunderland. Now it's Chelsea. If I got a really good 3-0 win at Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. Obviously, Chelsea were down to 10 men, but that didn't matter. I think it's like their fourth game in a row that they've been down to 10 men. They need to work on that. I really think they need to work on that. Obviously, Sunderland got a very impressive 2-0 win at home to Wolves at the Stadium of Light. Do I think Sunderland can get something out of here? I feel like Chelsea have improved quite a bit. Obviously, they're in 5th place. They're just above, only Bournemouth, Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal above them. So Bournemouth, okay, is quite a shocker. I'm gonna say Chelsea to win 2-1. I think it's gonna be very close. I think Sunderland will be 1-0 up, but then I think Chelsea will score 2 goals. I just don't see Sunderland winning at Stamford Bridge. I think it's a very tough place to go, and I just don't think they will win. But if they win, congrats to Sunderland, because this will be very massive. Now we have Newcastle versus Fulham. Now, obviously Newcastle lost to Brighton 2-1. Come on, Brighton. What a win. And then Fulham got a very unlucky 1-0 win. Well, I wouldn't say unlucky, but it was a very, I guess you can say unlucky, because they were the better team in that game against Arsenal. They lost 1-0. This is going to be a very difficult game. It's at St. James's Park. Fulham looked good against Newcastle. So both teams lost last week. It's gonna be hard match. However, I'm just going to slightly back Newcastle to win 2-21. If that happens, if that ever happens, I will lose my mind. 2-1. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't want to get in this game. I don't want to talk about this game too much, but I think it's going to be quite a close game. Now, we got Manchester United versus Brighton. Both teams won last week 2-1. Brighton, obviously, like I said, Brighton won 2-1 at home to Newcastle. But Manchester United got a very, very impressive win at Anfield for the first time in 9 years. Get in. Come on, United. Wasn't expecting that. I was absolutely buzzing last week for that win. Come on, United. Come on, you Red Devils. Now, but the thing is, Manchester United, this is very similar, very deja vu kind of like, because Man United perform really well against the good teams, but then they tend to bottle it against smaller teams. Now, what I think, like I said, both teams are wins, so both teams are out of Europe. The thing is, I also support Brighton as well, so I always hate watching Man United versus Brighton because I always see Brighton like absolutely humbling United. Last time these two teams won. Last time United win against Brighton was 2 seasons ago. It was 2023, and it was the final match day. I think United won 2-0, something like that, on the final match day. So the thing is, I'm gonna be more of a neutral this game, even though I'll be wearing the Manchester United kit on this kit, because technically they are my first. They are the team that I support. I support them more than Brighton. Oh my days! I'm going to sit on the fence, and I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Manchester United. But I won't be surprised if Brighton win. I won't be surprised if Brighton win at Old Trafford. I won't be that mad, okay, if Brighton win or both teams draw. I'll be happy either way. This is a win-win. If Brighton win, it's a win-win as well. I will be a little bit cross that United didn't win, because technically Brighton are my local team, even though I was born in a town called Worthing, which is half an hour away from Brighton. So we're pretty close to each other. But I had to go with United win. That'll be 3 games in a row, I think it was. So yeah. Anyway, next up we go to the G-Tech Community Stadium, where Brentford take on Liverpool. Now, this game is going to be very interesting as well. Obviously, Brentford won last week, 2-0 against West Ham. Good away win. A very impressive away win. And let's see. And also, obviously, Liverpool lost 4 games in a row. They lost to United for the first time at Anfield, like I said. Who do I think will win this game? It's interesting because Liverpool obviously do want a response. Brentford away is never an easy match. Believe me, as a United fan, I know. And I already have PTSD from that, from match day 7, I think it was. Or match day 6. My God, man. Okay, I'm gonna say Liverpool to win 2-1, 1-2. Brentford lose at the GTEC Community Stadium, but I will be very happy if Brentford get a result against Liverpool. Now, I do see Brentford scoring first in this game, but I feel like Mo Salah is going to come in clutch again and going to score 2 goals. 1 goal, 2 goals. So, yeah. Anyway, next up, we go into Sunday's fixtures. We got Bournemouth versus, I was going to say Brighton, Nottingham Forest. Obviously, let's go into these. Obviously, in last. So Bournemouth lost. No, Bournemouth drew to Crystal Palace, which was a very impressive draw, 3-3, 3-3 to Crystal Palace at home, and they were, and if you didn't know, they were actually winning that game for 2-0 for a good margin of the game. So it can go either way. Nottingham Forest obviously lost to Chelsea 3-0, and that means Ange Postecoglou has been sacked by Nottingham Forest. I just knew it. I just knew it. It was inevitable. He was going to get sacked. Now, who do I think will win? Because obviously Nottingham Forest now have a new manager in Sean Dyche, which you can definitely keep them up. But do I think they'll win this game? You know what? This result might come back to bite me in the ass. But I'm going to say it's going to be Bournemouth 2, Nottingham Forest 2. I think it's going to be a draw. Now, I think that we will see glimpses of that new manager bounce. But at the end of the day, going to Bournemouth to the Vitality Stadium is not an easy task. It's not an easy task. And I remember a few years in Eric Ten Hag's first season, we went to the Vitality Stadium and we won 1-0 thanks to a Casemiro bicycle goal. So it's a very hard place to go to, Bournemouth. So it is very hard, and I think the likes of Man City have lost there. United have lost there many times as well. So over the course of the past 3 years, going to the Vitality Stadium has been like a fortress. It's very hard to go there. So yeah. Next game is Aston Villa versus Man City. Obviously, Aston Villa got a very impressive win at Tottenham. They won 2-1. So that's a very impressive match for them. And obviously, Man City got a 2-0 win at the Etihad against Everton, which was coming. It was very likely. Now, Aston Villa have won 5 games in a row. So if the United Strand supported Aston Villa, then he would have had his haircut already. So yeah, but unfortunately he's a United fan. I'm a United fan, so we all want Man United to win 5 games in a row. Obviously, I haven't come a bit of off topic, but I haven't cut my hair in a while. I am definitely going to do it next month, I think. But I'm not going to not cut my hair until Man United win 5 games in a row. I'm not doing that. I just don't have the confidence to do that. So I might do something else. Nah, I'm not joking. As you already know my forfeit at the end of the Premier League if any of the newly promoted sides can stay up, and so far I have to do that. So I really don't want to do that. So yeah. Anyway, who do I think will win this match? It's difficult because, like I said, Aston Villa won 5 games in a row. Man City are looking back in shape. You know what? I'm going to go with a bit of an upset here. I'm going to say Aston Villa 1, Man City 1. I think it's going to be a draw. I think Man City might probably going to underestimate Aston Villa, and I think Aston Villa will score first, but then Man City will equalise later on. Maybe another goal from Haaland. Just someone stop him. Please stop Haaland. I can't deal with Haaland anymore. He's really stressing me out as a United fan. I know the next time we play them is at Old Trafford. I don't know when. I think it's next year we play them. So who knows? Who knows what happens since then? Who knows where everyone's going to be? Anyway, next game, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Obviously, like I said, Crystal Palace got a very crazy result against Bournemouth. They drew 3-3. Obviously, Arsenal drew. Arsenal drew. Well, no, Arsenal won 1-0 away at Craven Cottage at Fulham. Who do I think is going to win this match? I can see this being a draw as well. I can see this being a draw. A 1-1 draw. But I'm actually going to go with Arsenal, another 1-0 win. Because I remember I predicted Arsenal to win 1-0 at Fulham, and they did. So thanks Arsenal for getting that prediction right. And I think they're going to get another 1-0 win as well. Back-to-back 1-0 wins. This time against Crystal Palace at home. So yeah. Next up, it is Wolverhampton versus Burnley. This is going to be a very massive game. A very massive game. Who do I think is going to win this match? It's going to be, obviously, like I said, Wolverhampton lost 2-0 to Sunderland away. Burnley won 2-0 away at home at Leeds. Obviously, they are away at this match. I'm going to go with a little bit of a crazy result. I'm going to say Wolverhampton 0, Burnley 1. And I think Burnley will win this match. It's not going to be easy, but if Burnley can just find a goal, I think they can just be enough defensively to keep Wolves at bay and keep them to a 1-0 and Burnley will get a 1-0 win. Next, it is Everton versus Tottenham. This is going to be, obviously, both of these teams lost. Everton lost 2-0 to Man City, and Aston Villa lost 2-0 at home, 2-1 at home to Aston Villa. So Tottenham could be in a little bit of a crisis here. Who do I think will win this match? I'm going to say it's going to... I'm going to sit on the fence here, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-0 draw. I just can't see both teams winning at the moment. So guys, that is my Premier League Matchday 9 predictions. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and like I said, destroy the subscribe button. We're trying to get 100 subscribers. That's my goal. Yeah, before Man United win 5 games in a row. Let's do that. That's going to be crazy. So hit the like button, destroy the subscribe button. See you in the next video. Don't know when it's going to be. It might be another Premier League Matchday predictions. It could be on the second. It could be on my main channel, on the FFTO gaming channel. Who knows? That is it. See you soon. Oh, actually, before I just remember this calculated. So if everything goes as planned, as I predicted, we'll have Arsenal in first, Liverpool in second, Man City third, Chelsea fourth, Bournemouth fifth, United in sixth, Tottenham seventh, Sunderland eighth, Crystal Palace ninth, Aston Villa 10th, Newcastle 11th, Brighton 12th, Everton 13th, Brentford 14th, Burnley 15th, Leeds 16th, Fulham 17th, wow, Nottingham Forest 18th, West Ham 19th, and Wolves again in 20th, last place. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. See you soon.